Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
And we're live from our audiovisual studios here on Etimi and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos, good morning to you once again. It's 6 minutes inside the hour. We are into the last 1 hour of the show. I'm Sheriff Quadry. Nice to meet you. If you're just tuning in for the very first time, it's a pleasure to know that you're there and you're listening to us this morning. This morning we want to talk about Spell Africa, a competition that I feel that is important to bring to your notice. We'll be looking at the competition and the importance of the competition, the role the competition is playing in education and the rest of them. Okay, so many have questioned the value of when you hear spelling bees and what they do. You hear complaints such as they force children to perform mindless routes or role memorization in high pressure. They say that they give children sleepless nights just in the name of competition. The stress and everything on children, and there have been so many complaints as regards spelling competitions. Whether this is integral to children learning or not is a debate that would continue to linger. But whatever it is, let me tell you that it's been reported that 20% of the world's out-of-school children are in Nigeria. Also, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, in partnership with the Global Education Monitoring Report, recently showed that the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria has risen to 20 million from about 12.5 million recorded last year. Now, when you look at the figure I just read out, you would know that education is pretty much important. Whatever you can do to get your child educated, please do that. With the criticism that that follow, especially spelling competitions, you would think that children don't memorize in other areas. Children go to the mosque and they memorize almost everything. They go to the church and they memorize almost all everything. The Bible, Sunday school, and Bible verses and everything they memorize. So memorization is almost part of growing up. I mean, when you start reading and you started spelling, it's part of memorization. When you go to school and they spell cat, and you have to spell cat as a child because you've memorized it after being taught in school. So I'm going to just go ahead and introduce my guest so we can kickstart this conversation this morning. I have in the studio here live, I mean, if you can watch me on live on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3, and on YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3. So you already see my guest if you're watching. And I would like for you to also share your thoughts on memorization and spelling competitions and, all of those things. If look back and tell me you're growing up, the impact this has done, to you personally as an adult right now. And me, I can tell you that it's been very impactful. I mean, I did some memorization back in the day when I was pretty much, Ogbonna is here. He's the regional coordinator and chief pronouncer at Spell Africa International. Honesty, good morning to you. Thank you for coming into the studio this morning.
Good morning, Sheriff.
How you doing?
Great.
You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you. You too.
Let's talk Spell Africa. What's Spell Africa about?
Yes, according to a recent report on education, almost a quarter of out-of-school children worldwide are in Central and West Africa. That means in Central and West Africa, 57 million children, adolescents, youth aged from 6 to 18 years old do not attend school. Before I continue, I want to say good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, West Africa. Greetings world, because I know that people from different parts of the world listen to Nigeria Info. I am Honesty, Chief Pronouncer, Regional Coordinator of Spell Africa International, and I'm glad to be here today to talk about Spell Africa, education, yes, our upcoming educational activity. And thanks once again for having us on the program today.
It's good to have you guys.
Yes, please. And Spell Africa International is actually a non-governmental organization aimed at providing access to education to out of school children in the society through awards of scholarship and also motivating the interest of children in education by organizing spelling competition. In fact, we already start both in Ghana and Nigeria with our head office in Ogun State, but we have presence in some English-speaking West African countries like Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, the Gambia.
Beautiful, fantastic. I mean, you said something that really struck a chord there.
Yes.
Providing access to education to out-of-school children. When did Spell Africa start?
We've been on this for about 5 years now.
Okay.
In fact, that word SPELL is actually an acronym that stands for Saving the Poor, Enhancing Learners, Leaders Through Literacy.
Oh, wow.
And this is true of us because at the moment we have about 33 children on full scholarship in Nigeria. I give that figure as 26 on a radio interview we had on Monday. Well, that figure 26 was before the resumption of this current school session.
Okay.
But now we have about 33 children on scholarship because we know that out of school children are many. If you pay attention to our name, it says Spell Africa, not Spell Nigeria, not Spell West Africa. That means we are not limiting our effort to the children in Nigeria alone, but we are working hard toward reaching out to more children in other West African countries, while also organizing spelling competition in these countries in a bid to motivate students, children to want to learn. And this we're doing for both the in-school children and the out-of-school children. We're trying to motivate them to see the beauty of getting this quality education that would help them in the future.
Let's talk about the out-of-school children, to be very precise now. How many of those are included in these 33 that you mentioned now in Nigeria here?
Well, they are all Nigerians, but we are working to extend this to
outside of the country.
Exactly. In fact, so this cause, the president of Spell Africa, that's Miss Gift Akwejevu, and Mr. Collinson, a member of the management of Spell Africa, they are currently in Ghana. And what are they doing there? They are meeting with the educational board over there, trying to organize something like this right there in Ghana. They should be here today in the studio with me today, but they have to be in Ghana. They've been there since last week, trying to do this for other West African countries, the English-speaking West African countries. So
at what point would you say that this is enough? This is what we can cater to. You have 33 now. Is there a benchmark to say that, okay, once we get to 500, once we get to 13 million, would stop?
Well, I get a figure, according to our reports the other time, that there are about 57 million out-of-school children in Western and Central Africa.
That's right.
That means we are not stopping anytime soon. We are doing everything possible to make sure we reach out to those persons. We know there are persons out there who want to learn, who wants to get this education, who wants to go to school, but they don't have this opportunity to do so. And that's why we're providing a platform to help this person, the out of school, the less privileged, to get this education both in Nigeria and other African countries.
If you're just joining, you're welcome. It's the Crossfire, and we're talking out of school children, we're talking Spell Africa, we're talking education this morning on the Crossfire, and I would love to get your thoughts on our conversation this morning. Before I bring you in on this conversation, we'll be wrapping up by 8:23 or so. But honesty,
yes, please.
How do you select these children? Where do you get them from? What's the mode of enrollment?
Yes,
I mean, what's the process like?
Okay, getting persons who are out of school. Sometimes we are actually agents too. Persons around us in our areas, in our communities, and we also partner with some institutions to help us get the right persons that really needs this, that cannot afford to go to school. Yes, we partner with organizations. We act as agents. Our streets, we see many persons on the streets. Sometimes when you're in transit, you'll see young children hawking on the road, and which is not supposed to be so. Sometimes we approach this person and ask, why is this so? And then we get those persons who are out of school and try to enroll them to start studying.
Is there an age bracket as to who can be enrolled, and what's the duration for this competition?
We are actually, are you talking about the competition here or the scholarship for
first the age bracket of who can come into Spell Africa? the children? What's the age bracket for them?
Okay, I think we're focusing on children now.
Okay.
18 years, the max.
Okay.
Exactly. So.
From let's say 10, 11?
Yeah, 6 up.
6 up to
Exactly.
18 years.
Yes, please.
And what's now the duration of the when is competition starting and when is it ending?
Yes, this competition will kick off this month,
Okay.
25th, right here in Lagos, Eco Hotel and Suites, to be
Okay.
precise,
Okay.
Victoria Island here. And it's going to be held in every state in Nigeria, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. And this is going to be massive because right now we have volunteers in every part of Nigeria and other West African country preparing for this. And so we have been doing this planning 5 years now, and we have successfully planned spelling bee like this in about 8 states in Nigeria.
Okay.
And this will be no different because this is an international spelling competition that will be held in every state in Nigeria and also other English speaking West African country. It will start this month and we're going straight down till next year,
Okay.
September next year.
So you start this month
This month, yes.
for the competition,
Exactly.
and it's not ending until
Next year.
how?
Because we go from one state to another. When we go to Eco Hotel and Suites, 25th October,
Yeah.
we go over to the mainland. That's managed private school Gondo for
Yeah.
Lagos version. The next month, November, we go over to Communal University, Ogun State, and that's how
Okay.
we go down each state.
So how many participants do you have now? I'm still trying to wrap my head around 1 year of debate. Of spelling competition. How many?
Well, this will be our first international spelling competition.
Okay.
And right now, registration is still on, and I cannot give a particular figure right
Okay.
now as regards the persons who would participate in this.
Okay.
But we definitely know that by the end of this competition, we should have over 5,000 spellers participating for this competition.
Okay, so how can people register? Because I'm hoping that people listening may want their kid to be a part of this spelling competition. How can they register? How can they enroll?
Yes, just go over to our website, spellafricainternational.org, spellafricainternational.org, or on Facebook, Spell Africa International, Spell Africa International, space the words. Then you could get to register right there. You get the links for every state in Nigeria. We
Okay.
have the links there on our Facebook page. Where you could go over there, click on the link, it takes you straight to the page for registration. You register and you're in for it. Or if you want to make inquiries, go on WhatsApp 0907 002 7521. I'll take that again. 0907 002 7521. And for calls, if you're within Nigeria, it is 0813 062 4789, 0813 062 4789.
I'm going to take this message, then I'll come back to you with
Okay.
my next question. Ezekiel says, spelling has really helped me as an adult. Spelling and memorization are really secrets of many things I know today. They make me smarter. Ezekiel sharing what spelling and memorization has done, to him as a person. Honestly, let me come to you on whether the registration at any point involves any form of payment.
Sure, yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay. Now, first, let me start with what we're looking at here. The objective of Spell Africa, and it is to offer scholarship to the out-of-school children, the less privileged.
Okay.
And we need funds for this.
Okay.
Basically, now, how we get this fund is via registration. When they register, they make payment,
Okay.
and we actually use this to fund the whole project of getting out-of-school children and putting them in school. So they register, they pay a token of 5,000 naira for registration, and they are in for the program. And when they register for the program and they participate, we have exciting rewards for spellers from every stage, every level.
Okay.
The state, the national, the international. We
Okay.
have tabs, laptops, even scholarship, fully funded university scholarship for participants of this competition.
So we have stages in this competition,
Yes.
and you have the state level, right?
Exactly.
Which other level do you also
The national,
have? National,
and
state
then
and national,
international.
and then international. All right. Do you have the specific number of, spellers that you want to select from each state? Is that spelled out yet?
Yes, from each state we'll be looking at 40 spellers.
40 spellers
Yes,
per state.
Yes, each state.
And you're looking at 8 states, or you're covering more than 8 now?
The whole state?
The entire country?
The entire country.
40?
Yes, please.
That's 40 times 37.
Yes, please.
You people, you they scare me. You they make me till the day afraid now. 40
spellers
times 37.
Qualifiers, because we're going to have more than 40 in each state. From each state, we'll want qualifiers. 40 qualifiers.
Yeah.
Now, in Lagos State, would have the state edition for Lagos State.
Yeah.
Now, schools in Lagos would meet together for this competition. We need 40 qualifiers from Lagos alone.
Yeah.
We go the same for Ogun State, for Enugu State, down to all 30 states.
The entire.
And then Abuja.
Oh.
And after this state edition, they will meet together for the nationals, where qualifiers from each state will come to.
Where is the nationals holding? Lagos, Abuja?
Ogun State Covenant University.
Covenant University.
Yes. So
are they all going to be housed there, or the participants will have to accommodate themselves, because they'll be coming around from all across the country? And how long will the nationals last for?
It's just a day.
Just a day for the nationals.
Exactly so. Just a day.
Is that even feasible?
It is. It is definitely. Where's
my calculator? I'm not really good with mathematics. I want to do 40 times 37 now, and we'll come up with the number of participants that you're going to have at the end of the day. Yeah, people, help me! Oh, he's carrying me to where I don't know. Let me see. 40 times 37. That will be 1,480 participants.
Definitely.
In one day.
Yes.
Okay. I want to tap into your belief. we have to go now, honestly. Well, quickly, take us through the process once again in about 30 seconds. The process of registration, if someone wants to register, or their kids want to register.
Okay, just go onto our website, spell africainternational.org. Spell africainternational.org.
That's SPELL, Africa International.
Exactly.
.org.
Okay. Or on our Facebook page, spell space Africa space international. Spell space Africa space international. Then you get the links for each state, so you could register to be a participant. Register your school, your spellers to join the competition. Reach out to us on WhatsApp 0907 002 7521. I'll take that again. 0907 002 7521, or call 0813 0624 789 or 0813 0624 789.
Honestly, Ogbonna, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us on the show.
Number one station for talk.
Senate President Ahmed Lawan assured Nigerians that no citizen will be shortchanged in the distribution and application of the COVID-19.
Hot conversation.
Is it possible that COVID can affect somebody psychologically?
Oh, absolutely. With the COVID pandemic, we have also been experiencing a mental health pandemic. Coping and generally people's psychological health has been affected.
For the strongest opinion.
What that has been reintroduced is equivalent to the same side, because there's no reform have been issued. So this one that is just going to have in Nigeria is large-scale industrial farming, which of course is what can make food very adequate within the country.
Your number one station for talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Info.